This Utah Jazz second-year player is going to start causing some problems and making his way into the rotation. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, like always, like the channel or like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, let's talk about this. Kyle Filipowski just won NBA Summer League MVP. His numbers were bonkers. He was 29.3 points per game, 7.7 rebounds per game, 56% field goal percentage, 39% from three. He did everything. He took the right shots. And in a summer league where everyone was really excited about Ace Bailey, which they should, Kyle Filipowski came out and showed that he is 100% ready to take that next step for the Utah Jazz. He was their best rookie last year, and he was the one picked in the second round. He is looking like just one of the best steals the Jazz have drafted in a long while in the second round for sure. And just absolutely produces when he's on the floor. And we've seen him produce against the varsity when he plays in an NBA rotation. Last year, for a good portion of the season, he was shooting 40+% from three. It dropped that last month, and it dropped pretty bad. He went through some sort of slump. I don't know if he was tired or dealing with some sort of injury. But for a lot of the season, he shot the ball extremely well. And what this summer league proved is that those numbers are legit. It was not some sort of fluke that he was doing last year. They're real. Now, when you look at the different Summer League MVPs, here's a list. I'm just going to read off the list to you, and you tell me if you notice anything about this, or tell me in the comments what you think. 2024, Jalen Williams, and we'll go from there. 2023, Cam Whitmore, Keegan Murray, Cam Thomas, Davion Mitchell, Brandon Clark, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, Tyus Jones, Kyle Anderson, 2014, Glenn Rice, 13, Jonas Valanciunas, Josh Selby, Damian Lillard, John Wall, Blake Griffin, Jared Bayless, Nate Robinson, Randy Foye in 2006. Some of those are big-time names, but one thing you're seeing a trend from all of those are almost all of them NBA rotation players or starters. At worst, they are backups, and a lot of them are high-level starters and a few all-stars in there. So really nice class of players to be in. Some could argue, well, a lot of players didn't play the whole summer league, and had they played Cooper Flagg all summer league, he would have won. Well, yeah, but then that means that Kyle Filipowski would have put up numbers similar to what Cooper Flagg did in the summer league. There's questions about what Kyle Filipowski can become and be. I do have questions about his defense. I think it's I guess we never say never, but I do think it's pretty definitive that Kyle Filipowski probably needs to play at the 4. He is just not a rim protector. But we did see some situations in Summer League where he moved his feet, he could guard on the perimeter, and if he can do that, then that's great. Because if he's putting up numbers like this, 56% from the field, 39% from three, Utah would give him the ball and he would do things inside. He can hit three from anywhere on the floor. And, he's not going to be a rim protector, but there are going to be times, because he's a 7-footer, you can have him in 5-out offenses, playing him at center to just open things up. Let's say the Jazz are down 8 with like 10 minutes. It's the fourth quarter. They need to make a run with their bench. You put Kyle Filipowski at the center and you just go flamethrowers, and you just try to outscore the other team. And the defense, if you can have a few good perimeter defenders on there, you can get away with it a little bit, at least against bench units. And then if Filipowski is playing with the starters, I think you do have to keep him at the 4. A lot of people will say you play the position you can defend. And I think he can defend at the 4. I think he's almost solely a 4 too. I don't think he's quick enough to play at the 3, nor is he, tall enough or a good enough rim protector. I guess he's tall enough. That's what's weird. He's just not a good rim protector. He cannot play the 5. So you cannot, when teams see him at the 5, they're going to go at him and pick and roll, and they're going to take him apart. But you know, certain situations, it might be okay. If you're hitting threes with Filipowski at the center and they're coming back and that's one thing you got to always remember too is, yes, certain players are situationally not very good. You know, certain teams will be able to take advantage of Filipowski, especially really good teams that are really deep. There are bench units where Utah could not get away with that. Most of the league, you could probably get away with it a little bit. But even against the good teams, sometimes you can try to get a matchup you want so badly, and you try to create that matchup so much, it almost kind of puts a funk in the offense that's going at you. I actually think you can get away with it against most teams. So I'm talking myself as I speak into this video that I think they could do it against maybe anyone in certain situations. So really nice to see. We've talked about the defense. The offense is incredible. He gets his shots in the best spots on the floor. It's the most money ball type shots you can get, near the rim, at the three-point line, and he's going to the free throw line. I don't believe his free throw percentage is as good as you'd want it to be, but he's the type of shooter that you imagine he'll always be at least a plus free throw shooter, right? So offensively great, defensively really good. And, well, not really good, but I think he's passable defensively. And here's the thing, and I want to say this really clearly for the haters and for the ones that have a problem with me giving my opinion. My honest opinion. And not just my honest opinion, but the correct opinion. This is for you. I think Kyle Filipowski, listen closely, I want you to hear me here, is going to make Lauri Markkanen expendable. I think Utah is already very much okay with getting a deal done with Markkanen if it's a good deal. Having Kyle Filipowski on a rookie contract, and not just a rookie contract, a second round pick contract. Because if you don't know already, a lot of you probably do, but each pick in the draft makes a certain amount based off of draft position. Number one pick makes I think it's like 14 or 12 or something like that, and it just goes down. I think Taylor Hendricks at 9 made like $9 million, so you can just see it just progressively goes down. And then after the top 10, it goes down to like 2-3 million. Like I think Walker Kessler's making like 2 to 3 million. I don't know, something in that range. It just gets progressively shorter. Utah was extremely smart with Kyle Filipowski, and I'm going to throw some shade at the Lakers right now. The type of thing that the Jazz did with Kyle Filipowski is the thing that smart teams do, and dumb teams like the Los Angeles Lakers, who get away with the dumbest of moves because they're Lakers and they don't get criticized very much for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. The Lakers get so much hype and buzz, and they don't, in my opinion, get enough flack for some of the dumb things they've done on the margins. Like when we hear about Jeannie Buss selling the Lakers and then all these things they were doing to cut costs, like not getting synergy, something that all the other teams in the league use to get them to make the best decisions, and just being really cheap and not re-signing players that they should have. Like Brook Lopez goes to the Bucks and wins a championship. How did the Lakers not keep him? You know, he would have been perfect for what they needed. So, and what's the guy that went to I forgot his name, but the guy that he's on the Thunder now and helped them win a championship. I forgot his name. But anyways, we're going to move on. The Lakers make dumb decisions. The moral of this, the Jazz made a great decision because they gave Kyle Filipowski a 4-year contract as a second-round pick. Why is that important? Because typically they're making 2-year contracts. So the Lakers, who are going to lose Austin Reeves at some point because they only gave him a 2-year contract because he was a second-round pick, I believe he was a second-round pick, Utah has Kyle Filipowski for 4, so he's treated like a first-round pick. They will have him for the long distance like they did like they will with Ace Bailey, like they will with Walter Clayton Jr., like they will with Taylor Hendricks and Keontae George if they want to. You get them longer if you get them in the first round. Utah was smart enough to make sure that they gave him first-round type contract instead of second-round contract. Really, really smart. And with him playing as well as he is, with him shooting the ball, I mean, his shooting percentage last year was really impressive. He's young. He's cheap. If Utah has a trade out there for Lauri Markkanen, I think that they can have Taylor Hendricks take that number 4 spot. They can have Ace Bailey in the 3, And then Kyle Filipowski is coming off the bench. And if Taylor Hendricks doesn't have it, if it's not going as well, if the leg isn't healed, and I think a lot of us have had this kind of maybe inflated view of Taylor Hendricks a little bit. Not to say that I don't think Taylor Hendricks is going to be great, because I think Taylor Hendricks probably gets the nod right now just because of the defensive ability, and he does shoot the three well as well. Utah all of a sudden has some really nice depth with Taylor Hendricks, Kyle Filipowski, Ace Bailey, and they can go into next season. They can go completely young, have clean books. So when Ace Bailey is in year 2, Utah goes and wins the lottery. We all hope, knock on wood, voodoo dolls, whatever you do, you get that top 5 pick again, hopefully top 3, and you pair Ace Bailey with another star. You got your Batman, you got your Robin, and then you've got your group of side characters in the DC universe. You've got Hawkeye. Hawkeye's in the Marvel. You got Green Lantern. You got Hawk Girl. You've got your side characters. I ruined the video. We're going a little long. But do you see what I'm saying? Do you catch my drift? Personally, I don't care if you have a problem with it either. If you want to make a comment about what I say, go ahead. Go ahead. And by the way, for those that said that I loved the Markkanen signing, I went back to the video. I checked the receipts. It was fine. I did not say that. So you can go back. Receipts are there. Go ahead. Anyways, guys, I was excited to talk about Filipowski. I think he makes a lot of sense for this Utah Jazz team long term, provides that versatility that they need. He needs to get strong. He needs to get more fit and athletic and just be able to withstand the long 82-game seasons, because seasons, because it is brutal, it is tough, it is hard, and it wears you down. And so the players that are the strongest and fittest and keep themselves in the best shape and can withstand whoever they're going up against night after night, they're the guys that absolutely lead you to the promised land. All right, guys, like always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you tomorrow.